VeeFriends. Redeemable. Here's the word I want you to think of. What makes it an NFT with utility? Hello and welcome to zazoome. I'm Sheri Barbera, and today I'm telling you about VeeFriends. What the heck is VeeFriends? VeeFriends, I believe, is one of the most brilliant uses of utility with NFTs today. So let's get right into it. This is something that I think is so incredible. This is, for me, the best example of a utility NFT collection, a utility NFT project. And it is called VeeFriends. If you haven't heard of it yet, you can go to Twitter, or he's on Instagram, Twitter, and Discord. Look at the NFT artwork. Looks like a kid's, right? Very, very simple. Who drew the art? Gary Vee. Do you have to be a great artist to make NFTs?
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Okay, so NFTs are tokens. Tokens are your access key to what you want. So what do you want? Well, let's say you want to go to Gary Vee's upcoming VeeCon, which is going to be this giant event that's going to be happening for 4 days, and maybe you want to be a part of it. So what gives these NFTs utility? This is one of Gary's drawings. And this is what he called it. Ambitious angel. What does that mean? Well, it's a creature. So he has different types of NFTs with utility. This one is called a creature. It gives you a ticket. The token equals a ticket, admission to VeeCon. The details, it is verifiable for admission not to 1 year, but 3 years of VeeCon. It is a collectible as well. What does that mean? So if it is a token that is a ticket to admission, but it's also a collectible living on the Ethereum blockchain, well, what does that mean? This is very interesting, and this is what I love about this collection.
Well, can it be bought and traded?
Exactly. It can be resold, it can be traded, and someone else now can go to VeeCon the next year if that's what you want to do with your ticket. So why would you do that? Well, it's like owning something that has real value.
And probably chances are the third year it's going to be worth a lot more than the first year.
That's very possible, because as VeeCon becomes something that people, don't want to miss, like Coachella, then the price increases, but you already own the golden ticket, right? You own that NFT that gets you admission in there. So Ambitious Angel, a total of 40 Ambitious Angels were created. 40 people have already bought it at an average price. And this symbol is for Ethereum. When you see the 3 lines in a row, that stands for Ethereum at 3.06. Sounds like nothing, right? 3.06. Oh my God, that's not very much money, is it? Well, let's find out what that means. 3.06 Ethereum. Well, gosh, today Ethereum is worth $2,751.53 for 1 Ethereum. We're talking 3.06 Ethereum for one of these little angels. What does that mean? $8,420 for one NFT, but he didn't sell one, he sold 40 of these little ambitious angels, netting him $336,800 from one NFT with utility. Well, what does that mean?
Let's get out your drawing pencil.
Get out your drawing pencil. Look, accountable ant. Token verifiable for admission to VeeCon 22, 23, and 24. Also a collectible living on the blockchain. Also 40 of them created. Also 40 owners already. Average Ethereum price of the accountable ant, 2.5 Ethereum. So Didn't make quite as much money with the ant, but wow, still made plenty of money, right? So how many tokens that start with the letter A
That's unbelievable.
are there? 13 of them. All of them 40 tokens. All of them already 40 owners, each one having their own value. You can start to see the utility NFT is worth a lot, right? So if in the A, so that's how Gary Vee, so what he did was on his website, and I want you to go look at this. I want you to look at VeeFriends website, because this is where you're gonna learn a ton about utility NFTs. You're also gonna learn a ton if you want to do something like this. How do you do it? Well, if you make a brilliant website like he did, and you make an enormous collection like he did, then if you label your tokens with alphabetically, and you allow people to click through alphabetically, and then they can see how many tokens are in each letter, you're starting to understand that this is an enormous moneymaker. I mean, beyond anything you could have imagined, right? This is an enormous moneymaker. So if there are 13 NFTs that just start with the letter A, and each one of them, there are 40 tokens and already 40 owners. That means there are 520 owners who have paid about $8,420 for each one of these little guys, netting him a cool $4,378,400 just in the letter A. Just in the letter A. Are you starting to see the value of NFTs with utility? I think you are. So if we go to B, there aren't 13, there's 23 tokens in the letter B. So now there's 13 plus 23. You can see how this collection is building, right? But they're not all the same. How come Basketball Butterfly only has 5 tokens? That's different, right? There's only 5 tokens there. So they don't seem to be worth as much. Or are they worth more? Well, why is there a token Bubble Hockey Basset with only 1 token? And some of them have 9 like Bowling Boa, or 10 with Breakfast Bat, or 40 like Brilliant Barb. So what does that mean when it's a tiny number next to it? Well, let's look at Bowling Boa. So with Bowling Boa, 9 altogether were sold. There are 9 owners. The average Ethereum price was 5.16 Ethereum. You're starting to understand, start to multiply that, right, by 8,000, et cetera, But look at what you get. This is the secret to why he's able to make so much money. So the holders of the 9 Bowling Boa tokens will be invited to 1 2-hour bowling session with Gary Vaynerchuk per year, and each year shall be defined as 12 months, commencing on May 6, 2021. So that's over, right? Ending on May 6, 2022. You still have time, but they're sold. In no event shall any experience, including this experience, occur after May 5th, 2024. Why is it so important to really spell this out? It is so important for people to totally get what they are purchasing, so that there's no miscommunication about what this means. You have a set finite period of time to redeem this token for the actual event with the celebrity, with the person who is selling this. And then again, explaining it again. In other words, there are 2 redemptions occurring as follow, blah, blah, blah. This token is verifiable for admission to VeeCon as well. So not only do you get to go bowling with Gary Vee, but you also get to go to VeeCon all 3 years. So now it's got double, like triple, right? No, actually, there's 5 things that you get to do with this. So all access experiences will be pre-scheduled in advance with a 90-day notice via a VeeFriends representative. And to boot, this token is a collectible. that lives on the Ethereum blockchain. So what have we learned about buying an NFT with utility from Gary Vee? We've learned Gary Vee is brilliant at marketing. We've learned Gary Vee has a ton of followers who purchased his incredibly expensive NFTs, at least we know, since May 5th, right? Since May 5th, 2021. And up to this point, which hasn't even been a year since they're sold. They're all sold. So I don't know what's available as far as tokens now in his collection, but think of the brilliance of the marketing of this. Think of the wonderful way of using the NFT for utility. Think of how clever it is that he did all the artwork himself. Now, how many people in the world are Gary Vee? Not very many, right? So not very many people have the clout and the background and the following. He has millions and millions and millions of followers to be able to sell out a collection like this so quickly. But this is why you should learn from him. This is why you want to follow him. This is why you want to understand what does he do to make him so special. And Marinella, one of your questions was, it seems like all I do is spend money. Well, look at Gary Vee. He spends a lot of money, but he gets so much more money in return for what he spends. So you have to say, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I'm going to go back to the slide. So Bowling Boa, you can see, worth tons and tons and tons of money. Here, 9 owners, 9 total NFTs with utility, and guess what? The price is 5.16 average ETH to purchase them, meaning if ETH today is worth $2,751.53 for one ETH, what does that mean as far as sales? Well, if these average 5.16, one bowling boa is worth $14,198. One bowling boa. But 9 of them were sold. So what is he earning to go bowling with 9 people twice? And almost $128,000 to go bowling with 9 people twice. If you go to his website, you will see that he has a timeline for releasing new NFTs with utility. March 7th, 2022. So here's a close-up of that. Meet with Gary Vee, Jam Session Snail, cute names. And look at how now they're putting these fun little backgrounds behind his fun little goofy drawings. Bring yourself and 3 friends to a 3-hour jam session with Gary Vee at Hudson Yards. Basically, he's just having fun, isn't he? He's just getting paid to have fun. So if you think about why it is valuable to become famous or a celebrity, these are really good reasons why. Hangout Hawk, join Gary Vee in an hour-long live virtual hangout with Q&A section. You're not even there with him you're there with him in person, but you're not even physically there with him for Hangout Hawk. Okay, Checkers Chicken. For 60 minutes, compete against Gary in a game of checkers.
Before he did all this, before he started NFTs, he built up a huge following.
Right.
A huge following. I
Right.
mean, he had his own. He had podcasts. He has his
He has it
website
all.
is blue. What?
Yeah.
He's all
Millions.
over the place.
Yes.
He worked himself up to let everybody know who he was, and
Yes.
then he made a name for himself.
Yes.
And that is a big part of it.
It's a big part of it.
Yeah.
And he started on YouTube, I believe, in 2009 when YouTube was just a baby of 4 years old.
Right. And it's not
just
only,
a baby.
Yeah, it's not only what you sell, it's selling yourself.
It's selling
yourself
yourself.
is one of the biggest
Right.
parts of this
And
whole thing.
He shows up. He constantly
Right.
shows up. Yes, he has a huge group of people working for him. Yes, they do take his videos and cut them up and post bits of his videos on all social media platforms.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But is he present? He's always present.
Right.
He's always there. He's always in your face, So are you in people's face all the time? I mean,
But how did he start? He started just with him. He
Just
started
with him.
just with him
On
when he
YouTube.
started.
selling, explaining about his
wasn't-
parents' vineyards wine.
Relatively, it wasn't that long ago
It
when he
really-
started just
yeah.
with him. When you think about it,
It wasn't that long ago. It
Yeah.
wasn't that long ago. And just a little tidbit about Gary Vee. His parents owned a vineyard. He got all super excited about YouTube and the idea of educating people about wine so that they would buy more of
That's
his
how he
parents'
started.
wine. That's how he started.
So he promoted the vineyard and he promoted wine.
He promoted wine, and he showed up on a regular basis explaining about wine. His parents' sales went from $300,000 a year to $5 million a year from him going on YouTube and talking about wine.
Promoting.
But educating. Basically he was like, this is what wine is, this is what this bottle is, this is how this is made, blah, blah, blah. I just discovered Gary Vee like a week ago. Yes, and people will continue to discover him over and over and over again throughout their life because he's not going anywhere. And he has publicly said, and if you go to our zazoome YouTube channel, I made sort of a parody video. It's a short. I made a parody video of him. So if you watch it, it's actually a dog talking, but it's Gary Vee's voice. And it's him saying he's going to be doing this forever. For him, this is like a lifelong thing from now forward. NFTs. He's going to be doing NFTs. So if you want to see my little parody on Gary Vee, go look on our zazoome YouTube channel at that short, and you'll see. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe and tell everyone you know to subscribe. If you like this video, I love those likes. So please like this video. That would be fantastic. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you. We love that you're here, and we'll see you in the next video.
Toodles.
Ciao, guys. Woohoo.